What's up, chosen ones? The topic of the discussion is how many chosen ones are homeschooling? And what has been your experience with homeschooling? How old is your homeschooler? So, my homeschooler is in the ninth grade. My homeschooler is 13. 13. Now, to keep this positive, I want to start off by just being upfront about this homeschool thing. Thank you, DKF Showtime. I appreciate it. And hi, how are you doing, Anthony? Yes. Hi, Zanaya. Yes. Hi. Hi, Amara and Peon. Hi. What's going on, Srizzy? Hi, Mad Max. Hi, Chosen Ones. How are you guys? Hi. Hi, Zayana. Zionite. I don't want to mess your name up. Zionaya. Yes, I made my head. Thank you. And I will be doing some crochet videos as well. Uh, right now, the topic is how many of you guys are homeschooling? Thank you. Thank you, Mad Max. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, how many chosen ones are homeschooling? My homeschooler is 13. And to keep everything positive, you're not homeschooled. So I am homeschooling my 13-year-old. This is a great book if you guys are homeschooling. This is called the 4-Hour Homeschool. 4-Hour Homeschool. I notice there are a lot of chosen ones that are out there trying to homeschool their kids. Mainly attempting to just enter the new world on top. And that is my goal as well. Uh, to make sure that my youngin is ready and prepared for the real world, because there are a lot of things that are not taught in public schools. So this is called the 4-Hour Homeschool by Dorinda Wilson. And she is so gentle when she comes out in the first chapter talking about how homeschooling is not hard. Bye-bye, Amara. Thank you for showing up. Homeschooling is not hard. Don't make it hard. Kids naturally will try to take over naturally, but we're their parents, and they're just gonna have to, do as they're told. Especially when you have a preteen. You have a preteen coming up in homeschooling, and they want to do what they want to do. They want to play video games. They want to eat the junk foods and all of that good stuff. But with the 4-hour homeschool, you can start early, cram all the good stuff in their head, and let them go. Okay? So the 4-hour homeschool, it works. And I did want to come on here and let you guys know that, you don't have to make this hard. It's a lot easier when they're elementary school students. But we can't have it like that. We can't have it the best all the time. We can. But when it comes to homeschooling, it's really new because a lot of us were raised in the public school. And many of us graduated and didn't even know how to read. That wasn't my case, but because I like reading. But I think that, we should continue on with the good fight. Jason Bender says, hello, very true. Wisconsin in 1993 graduated. I witnessed a lot of basketball players because they were homeschooled. They can participate in basketball. Yeah. I think that there should be a lot more activities for homeschool students. Like publicly. Now, I'm not sure if you meant can participate in basketball or can't participate in basketball, because a lot of homeschoolers are out here and they feel so alone. And I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know you're not alone and give you a couple tips that could make things a little bit easier for you guys, especially when the kids are growing up to preteens. Now, the elementary school students, it was so easy for me to train them up. They're going off to college, but I have this one left. And this preteen thing, it can get a little sticky, especially with all the video games and internet stuff. But the 4-hour homeschool book, it works. Okay. As far as the social part of it, and I found out that is a whole lot more difficult. When you're homeschooling, you want to get your kids into social activities. It's a scientific study show that public school does not guarantee that your child will be mature when it comes to social activities. Okay, because you get out of school, you still don't get social. You're at work, it's still not social. You come home, you're pretty much not social until you're at home with your family. But one thing that I found, if you go on some of these like Eventbrite, maybe the Facebook, and find some of these little events for kids, like from my town, I just got our public library to sponsor the homeschool kids. And so they've set a whole side of the library aside for homeschooling. Hi, Lacedo, LaQuisha. Okay, I don't know. But welcome in. And so if you find some events, maybe close to your city, that would be good. As far as my city, I have started a public homeschool group in our library, which is it's been great because a lot of the homeschoolers come out the next neck of the woods. It's a lot more homeschoolers than what we knew about, so that's been great. And also we share books. Another thing, there are a lot of events that you can find out about, and I don't want to say that strongly, a lot of events, but I've come to find that in the next city over, which is about maybe 40 miles away, is it 40? No, it's not 40. It's probably like maybe 30, 20, 20, 25, 30, somewhere in there, miles away. You can get your child into different events like that, find different events, vending events. Like I do crochet. My homeschooler crochets. We go out sometimes to vending events. She's learning how to sell the products, being social in that way, learning business skills like that. Math, we can count that as math. Also, public speaking skills. Uh, you know, Pretty much, anything that is any questions that they may have, we can turn that into like a homeschool subject. So yes, I just wanted to answer any questions and just talk about homeschool in general. Thank you guys for liking. I do want to start getting on here. I do want to start getting on here and speaking on different topics that concern the chosen ones. Okay? The Epstein files are out. And it seems like my homeschooler is investigating the Epstein files more than the subjects like reading, math, social studies, which we can make the study of the Epstein files a part of social studies or world history, because it is what it is. We're gonna have to make the study of the Epstein file because the kids nowadays, they're more interested in the stuff that we really don't want them to know about. But why shouldn't we let them know? Why should we hide it from them when the world's not hiding it from them? The internet is not hiding it from them. We're having to do so much more to try to hide this from our kids, to try to keep them safe mentally, but the world is going in a whole, like, it's like splitting. Like this world is splitting in half. Stella, where is your collar? Crazy work. But back in our days, I want to say like 80s, 90s, Michael Jackson days, there were hardly no cursing on the radio. Now, you got cursing everywhere. They got little video games online, Roblox, everything. Which I'm just comparing the sensitivity between Us growing up in the 80s and early 90s to the kids growing up now. Very different. Very different. So us as parents, we have to step our game up. We have to figure out how we gonna raise these kids. We raising adults. These kids are coming here adults. So what do you do when your kid is coming here as an adult already? They about know more than you do about your own phone. They done beat you to the study of the Epstein files. They know more Michael Jackson songs than you do. What do you do? And they have not hit 18 yet. 16. What do you do? So we need to come together and do something with these homeschoolers. So if there's anybody out there that is interested, if there's anybody, any chosen one that is out there and is interested in doing like a Zoom on homeschooling, getting our kids together where they can actually see each other, be social, maybe swap numbers, so that the kids can be more social. I feel like they have a sense of family, like at public school. You know, in public school, we really like grow up with one another. But then once we leave school, it's like we don't even know each other. So school is not the social standard. Public school is not the social standard. Okay, so we as adults, you know what I'm saying, especially 80s babies, we got to come together and come up with something because we are the original creators, the 80s babies. Uh, that's nothing against anybody that's born in a different time, but I definitely think that we should come together in some kind of shape, form, or fashion. I mean, the world is elevated. I haven't seen a homeschool sector online. Something that we as a community, as chosen ones, can take seriously with the kids that we have. The kids that we have, they're looking for more social things to do. And from what I've noticed, a lot of homeschoolers, they're social. They're social, but they feel a gap between homeschoolers and public schoolers. They feel the gap. And quiet as kept, a lot of public schoolers will run up to us and tell us like, hey, what's like, how can we be homeschooled? You know, in the tax office some days ago, a parent was telling me that she wished that she could homeschool her kid. She wanted me to give her more information. She said the system is trying to take her kid down, and he's only like maybe like fifth or sixth grade. And she said she much rather keep him at the house, but she don't want him to be done because she works all day. I would have loved to say, hey, I'll homeschool him, but then I would definitely have to charge you. You know what I'm saying? Because she's a single parent. But I do hope that everything worked out for her. I would have much rather her I would have much rather her to do the research with homeschooling. You know, I wouldn't mind her dropping her kid off at my house with his necessary supplies that she wanted him to have or whatever. Of course, I would, you know, find more things. You know, we can't just leave it up to one parent to do everything. So, how many of you guys have homeschoolers? And I would love for you to go look for the 4 Hour Homeschool book. It's called the 4 Hour Homeschool by Dorinda Wilson. It helps so much. But chosen one, we feel like we're just getting over the hump. We're just celebrating, sitting down at Yahweh's table. But then we're looking at our kids like no child left behind. I don't know how a public school parent feels. Um, there's just so much going on right now. So much going on. The topic of discussion is, how many homeschoolers do you have? What do you have? Awesome. How many homeschoolers do you have? What subject? What subject is your spirit calling you to emphasize on when it comes to your homeschooler? What topics do you want your child to be more aware of as they grow older? What skills do you want your child to be focused on as they grow older? Is your child athletic? Is your child um, talkative? Is your child a very social person? Um, is your child an artist? You can write a letter to the mayor and make him aware of certain disparities that are going on in your town concerning homeschoolers. When I first moved here, there were nothing for homeschoolers. The first place I went was the famous library that they have down here. There was nothing for homeschoolers. Now they have a whole homeschool sector because of me and my homeschooler. And there were so many homeschoolers that came out the woodworks: white, black, Asian, Chinese, Mexican. Out the woodworks, because there were no people homeschooling. And I'm gonna say, I mean, not that it wasn't any people homeschooling, but we didn't realize it. We didn't know until the library. So, I mean, it's good, but at the same time, I still don't think a lot of people know about it. So my main thing for coming on here today is to encourage you guys to keep homeschooling. Keep homeschooling. Don't be discouraged. Keep homeschooling. Keep doing this. It's a journey. It is a journey. It can be a fantastic journey, or it can be a depressing one. Definitely don't make it depressing, because I'm going to tell you this story what I went through, and then I'm going to let you guys go. My mom moved us back and forth from city to city when we were in elementary school. Finally got to the city, graduated from elementary to junior high. There was this guy from 6th grade to 8th grade. His name was Marcus. This guy rarely went to school. Like, who's like, how's he gonna make it? Right? Tall guy. He smoked. He smoked, and we were like, oh wow, he's one of the gangster, one of the thugs of the school or whatever. And we were like 6th, 7th, 8th grade, you know. And the guy, the student, he was a student. And he had failed, flunked a couple times, but he was also a smoker. He smoked. He smoked. And when he got to class, when he got in class, he would go to sleep. You know, he would go to sleep. So one day, we were in English literature. The teacher had asked him a question. I guess it should be funny because he was asleep. He woke up, took his head out, you know, woke up, put his head up, and he answered the question right on spot. Like, spot on. He answered the question like spot on. It was like, wow, how did you know that? Because a lot of other students did not know that, and he knew that. When I tell you that guy dropped out of high school, he dropped out of junior high in 8th grade. That guy is running his own trucking company. That guy is married with like 6 kids. He has a mansion or 2. Okay. He got his GED. I don't know how that guy did it. You know, just seeing that he was just at home smoking weed. Every now and then he'll come to school, just living his life. When everybody counted that guy out, he was the real MVP. He was such a loving guy, too. He's still around. He's still around. But, you know, he was a lot of a loner. He was a loner. But you guys, I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know, please, keep at it. Keep at it. The 4-Hour Homeschool Again by Dorinda Wilson. You won't be disappointed, okay? Love you guys, and always stay strong in these Chosen One Olympics. It's always a Kingdom Child moment. All right, Kingdom children, stay up. Talk to you soon. Peace.